that's why it is 0 from pi to 2 pi. Now Im is nothing but the basically V equal to IR, so I is nothing but V by R, so I is nothing but V by R, Vm by RL. Now to find the DC or average value of the current, net area under curve over 0 to 2 pi cycle and then divide area by base, that is the 2 pi, area equal to 0 to 2 pi IL d omega t. So you know the value of IL is nothing but Im sin omega t d omega t as it is plus pi to 2 pi. What we are doing, we are dividing the integration into two parts, 0 to 2 pi. What we are doing is 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi, but from pi to 2 pi there is a no current, so I'm writing this 0. Now the Im is constant or is a maximum voltage. The integration of sin omega t is minus cos omega t, 0 to pi, and 0 is for this one. If you try to place the limit 0 to pi, you are getting like this, minus cos pi is minus 1, minus into minus becomes plus, minus as it is, cos 0 is 1, so minus 1 into minus is a plus, so 1 plus 1 is a 2 Im, So average value of the load current is I average equal to IDC equal to area upon base equal to 2 Im by 2 pi equal to Im by pi. So DC voltage developed across the load is nothing but the VDC equal to IDC into RL equal to Im by pi into RL. Friends, here is one numerical which clears the idea of the half wave rectifier. Turns ratio of the transformer used in half wave rectifier is N1:2 N2 equal to 12:1. Primary voltage what we are applying is 220 volt and the frequency is 50 Hz. DC voltage across the load we want to calculate, and the PIV of the diode is our objective. Maximum peak value at the primary is Vp, primary voltage equal to √2 into Vrms. √2, basically primary voltage 220 volt is given. Remember carefully friends, whatever voltage we are getting at the other side is the RMS voltage. So √2 into 220 gives you 311. Maximum secondary voltage is Vm equal to N2 by N1 into Vp. The formula has been narrated initially. N2 by N1 ratio is given in numerical is a 1:12 into Vp. What we have obtained is a 311. If you calculate, we are getting 25.9. Now DC load voltage is nothing but the VDC equal to Vm by pi. Vm already we obtained 25.9 pi. If you calculate, we are getting 8.24 volt. PIV of the half wave rectifier is Vm and is 25.9 volt. Output voltage of a full wave rectifier V0 equal to Vm sin omega t for 0 to pi, and during the negative half cycle, that is the pi to 2 pi, it is minus Vm sin omega t. So average or DC value of the voltage is VDC equal to 1/2 pi 0 to 2 pi V0 d omega t. Again we are dividing the integration into two parts. 1/2 pi is taken out, 0 to pi Vm sin omega t, and pi to 2 pi. But if you try to see from pi to 2 pi, it is minus Vm sin omega t. So it is minus Vm sin omega t. Now if one integrate this sin omega t is minus cos omega t, Vm as it is, and the limit is 0 to pi plus Vm as it is, integration of sin omega t is minus cos omega t, minus gets plus, limit is pi to 2 pi. If you put the limit pi 0 2 pi, we are getting like this. Now value of cos pi, cos 0, cos 2 pi, cos pi, you put like this, we are getting Vm by 2 pi, and 4 times 1, if you calculate it, 2 Vm by pi is the VDC what we are getting in a full wave rectifier. Now to clear the idea, let me try to see again one numerical. See, turns ratio of a transformer that is N1:N2 is 12:1. This one is for the bridge rectifier. Primary voltage is 220 50 Hertz. DC voltage across the load is our question. PIV of the each diode is our question. If same DC voltage is obtained by the using a center tap rectifier, solution. Maximum primary voltage is √2 into VRMS, √2 220 311. Maximum secondary voltage is VM, is obtained by N2 by N1 into VP, equal to 1/12 into 311. 25.9 is the answer. Now DC voltage across the load, VDC equal to 2 VM by pi. So 2 into 25.9, already we obtained the VM by pi is 16.48 volt. PIV for the bridge rectifier is VM and is 25.9, and PIV for the center tap rectifier is 2 VM. You know the value of VM, so VM into 2 becomes 51.8. Now the performance of the half wave rectifier. So IL is nothing but Im sin omega t, 0 to pi, and from pi to 2 pi, as you know, there is no potential, no current is flowing, that's why it is 0. So picture shows you 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, no current. IDC is like this. RMS value of current. RMS value or effective value of a current flowing through the load is IRMS equal to, is a formula, √1/2 pi 0 to 2 pi IL square d omega t. Value integration is divided into two parts, 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi. So 1/2 pi 0 to pi, value of IL is Im sin omega t, but here it is square, so Im square sin square omega t d omega t plus pi to 2 pi, but it is 0 because during the negative half cycle we are not getting any current. Now one can say Im square is taken out, Im square as it is, 2 pi as it is. Sin square omega t is nothing but 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 d omega t. Let you take 2 out, you put like this. Integration of 1 is omega t minus integration of cos 2 omega t is a sin 2 omega t upon 2. Limit is 0 to pi. If you solve this one, you are getting IRMS equal to Im by 2. So instantaneous AC value is nothing but I dash equal to IL minus IDC. So one can say instantaneous value means what? Here what is the value? At any instant one can find the value. I dash is nothing but, you can say IL, this one is the IL, this one is the IL, and this one is the IDC. If you minus this and this from this, we are getting the I dash, this one. So RMS value of AC component is nothing but I dash RMS equal to integration or under root first 1/2 pi 0 to 2 pi, in place of IL square you put IL minus IDC square d omega t 0 to 2 pi. Now you open this bracket, here is a square, so IL square minus 2IL IDC plus, you can say IDC square d omega t. But as you know, you try to see here, this much of, you can say, formula gives you IRMS. So what we are getting is the IRMS square. IL is considered as a DC voltage, so is IL is IDC. IDC is plate like this. In place of IL we are considering IDC. IDC into IDC is a IDC square 2 as it is. So this one is 1 time, is a 2 time, but minus, that's why we are getting like this. Now the very important component is a ripple factor. So ripple factor R equal to I dash RMS upon IDC. I dash RMS is already found over here, is plate like this upon IDC. Now if you write, or you can say reform this IDC and you bring it in under root form, then you are getting like this. So for half wave rectifier, the ratio IRMS upon IDC is equal to Im by 2 upon IDC is Im by pi. Im will be cancelled out, and if you try to solve 2 by 5, you are getting the 1 upon 1.57. So ripple factor IRMS by IDC is IRMS by IDC. IRMS by IDC is 1.57. You put 1.57 over here and square. and minus 1. So 1.57 square minus 1 equal to 1.21. So rectification efficiency is the another component. For a half wave rectifier, the DC power delivered to the load is PDC, is a power delivered to the load equal to, power is nothing but I square R. Basic formula of the power is nothing but the I square R. So I square DC into RL. In place of IDC, one can put Im by pi square as it is, RL as it is. Total input AC power is nothing but the PSC equal to I square RMS RD plus RL, where RD is considered as a diode resistance. Ideally, that diode resistance is considered almost 0. In place of IRMS, one can put Im by 2 whole square RD plus RL as it is. So rectification efficiency is nothing but eta equal to PDC upon PSC. So eta equal to Im by pi whole square RL, and in place of PSC one can put this one. If you solve this one, you are getting 40.6, 1 upon RD plus RL percentage. If RD is very much less than the RL, then efficiency becomes 40.6%. So performance of the full wave rectifier. Now IL equal to Im sin omega t is the waveform for the full wave rectifier. RMS value of the current is nothing but the under root 1 upon pi 0 to pi IL square d omega t. If one put the value of IL like this, then Im is taken out, sin square omega t is 1 minus cos omega t upon 2, integrate 1, integrate cos, one is getting the IRMS equal to Im by root 2. So IDC or the DC value of the current is nothing but the IDC equal to 1 upon pi 0 to pi IL d omega t. Value of IL is nothing but the Im sin omega t, is nothing but 2 Im by pi. Ripple factor is R equal to 0.482. Rectification efficiency, what we are getting, due to the shortage of time I am leaving this one. Eta for the full wave rectifier we are getting 81.2%. Now at last, as I told you, there are so many voltage regulators are available in the market. Here is a very fast, very simple numerical I like to, you can say, derive for you persons. Calculate the output voltage of the adjustable regulator shown in the figure below. If R2 is varied from 1 to 10 kilo ohm, find the range of the output voltage. So here is the IC 7808. As I told you, 7808 IC will produce the 0.8 volt DC, positive DC. So this one is the configuration. Now you can say R1 is 5 kilo, R2 is 10 kilo, but R2 is spot. V regulating voltage is 8 volt for 7808. Now this one is the formula. So V out equal to V regulator 1 plus R2 by R1. V regulator is 8 volt, 1 as it is, R2 10, R1 5. Initially we are considering the maximum resistance of the R2, variable resistor R2. So if you calculate, you are getting 24 volt. Now V out for the minimum value of the R2. Minimum value of the R2 is considered is 1 kilo. So V regulator 1 plus R2 by R1, 8, 1 plus 1 upon 5. R2 1 and R1 is a fixed 5. So 9.6 volt. So V out can be varied from 9.6 volt to 24 volt by varying the R2 from 1 kilo to 10 kilo. So this is how we have seen the rectifier and the filter in a different, you can say, mode. Rectifiers 2 types, and you can say filter, what we have seen 4 types. Here what we have discussed in a filter mode, just we have seen the passive filters. If you move in a higher study, there are active filters are also used, and these active filters are used in a communication, you can say in a radio communication X, Y and Z. Thank you friends.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.